Hello, everybody. Will Byington back with another episode of My Three Things, my brand new podcast. Each week, introducing you to a new celebrity, musician, athlete, influencer, or just myself, sharing three things that have been rocking our world for the past week or so. Three things: what we're listening to, what we're watching, what we're reading, what we're investing in, whatever it is that's getting us by, and hopefully shares with you something that gives you your new favorite thing. It's My Three Things. I'm Will Byington. Let's go. This week on My Three Things, I'm thrilled to introduce you to a good friend that I made about a decade ago, I would say, through photographing the Murray Brothers charity golf outing, as well as when I was lucky enough to photograph the Field of Dreams 25th anniversary party in Iowa, celebrating the release of one of the best baseball movies ever. If you build it, they will come. He's a former professional baseball player for teams from the Kansas City Royals, New York Mets, Colorado Rockies, and the Boston Red Sox. His career spanned 1984 till 2001. He's a three-time All-Star, two-time Cy Young Award winner, a Gold Glove Award winner, and was the MVP of the 1985 World Series.
At 19 years old, I was in the big leagues. Can you imagine being a 19-year-old and your thoughts being in that position? It was, I don't know, it didn't seem like I was 19. It just felt like that's what I'm supposed to be doing, that's where I'm supposed to be at. So yeah, it was, as a young age, I had that mental ability to go out and do the baseball stuff, but kid at heart.
Now, alongside 6 division titles and 2 pennants, the Royals can finally wear the title crown.
But the thing that you strive for, you can't do it by yourself. You can't win a championship by yourself. That 1985 team, cherished remembering the fans remembering me, playing for a great organization.
And on the mound is the cool and composed one, and it's a cliche to say that, but how else do you describe Bret Saberhagen?
Other than very talented, smart enough to know that.
That's hit in the air to shallow left field and beyond Colada. Looking up into the night sky. To Motley for the title.
It's the one and only Bret Saberhagen. Bret Saberhagen, what's up?
Doing great, Will. Thanks for having me on the show, and look forward to chatting up some good stuff.
Oh, dude, it's been fun. It's, I missed, last year just didn't even feel right having no Caddyshack. No visits to Wrigley Field. It just didn't seem like a year that existed.
Yeah, no, it's been it's definitely a big change for everybody, and I'm just looking forward to seeing what the new normal is going to be. Hopefully, in the near future, as we were talking previous to this, with the spring break, everything's kind of skyrocketed a little bit again since everybody was out not social distancing, but. Our family is looking forward to getting out a little bit more and seeing some baseball. So I'm excited about the baseball season coming up. I know you are, both of us Cubby fans, and going and seeing actually a game live, that would be great rather than through the fences.
Oh, I can't wait. I can't wait to be back at Wrigley Field. It'll be heaven on earth. One week till opening day when we're recording this. So a week, 8 days, I guess. But that's kind of why I wanted to have you on, my friend, is, I know I caught you at Wrigley Field for the World Series back in 2016. And when we hung out at the Field of Dreams 25th anniversary, which was epic weekend.
Yes.
So, yeah, man, it's going to be fun. And that's why I figured, have you on, talk a little bit about that. And the biggest thing I also want to jump into, Sabe's Wings.
Sabe's Wings.
Charity you started. Tell me a little bit about that.
I appreciate you bringing that up. Yes. So I had the Bret Saberhagen Make a Difference Foundation for a long time until 2008, kind of put an end to a lot of the things that we were doing and trying to raise money with the economy kind of going south. So it's been kind of stagnant. I've had some stuff sent to me through the mail, and if they make a donation to the foundation, I was sending it back to them. So Candace, my wife, she has gone through 4 different rounds of chemo/radiation for breast cancer. And she has personally seen how financially toxic it is for families to go through this. There's times where families are making a decision whether they are going to pay for their medical for their wife husband, son, daughter, or are they going to pay their household bills? And a lot of times if they do the treatments, they're not doing the full entire month of medication that they're supposed to be taking. They'll do it like every other day because they can't afford a full month of it. So there's been a lot of issues. And then one of the things that Candace brings up is that people that go through 2 treatments, 50% of those people file for bankruptcy. So we're trying to help out families in need to pay their bills or their medical bills. We don't feel that somebody should have to make a choice between that. So we started Sabe's Wings about 5 months ago. Our first event will be in September in Paso Robles, where we make home. So we're going to have a night of sip, savor, swings, and have a great time. So we're going to have Chef Roshni, who has been on actually One Chopped and has been on Hell's Kitchen. She's going to be in charge of all the food, and the local community get involved. A lot of the chefs and restaurants are going to be involved that we're getting going for that night. It's September 19th. We'll have a big, nice auction going on. We're giving away a couple of families financial aid. We'll be giving away a Lifetime Achievement Award to somebody as well. We've got a great singer-songwriter panel that is going to blow your socks off. I can't announce it yet because if they happen to get a gig prior to this, they're going to have to take it because it'll be a lot of money for them. And so we don't want to throw that name out there until it's official, but we've had commitment from them. So that's kind of cool. And then we have golf the next morning. And then Chef Rosh is going to actually do a cooking class. So we're trying to get that locked down as well. So look at the website, sabeswings.com for information. It's not all there yet because it is still being kind of tweaked to figure out the sponsorships, the cost, and how many people actually can go to the cooking class as well. So that's kind of one of the final things. Once we figure that out, we can add those to the sponsorships and so on and so forth. But a great cause. One recipient will be in Paso Robles, California, or at the local San Luis Obispo area. We want to give back to our community here, and one will be national. So we're just trying to make a big difference in a short period of time and continue to do that year after year.
Dude, that's fantastic. Yeah, I read, it's definitely, I don't know a single person who can say they have not been impacted by cancer. It's one of those things that everyone has a friend, a family member, someone they know has been impacted by this. I said no politics, but the healthcare system doesn't make it easy. So everybody needs help. Everybody needs support. Sabeswings.com is just, when I saw it, when you shared it the other day, I was blown away. It's an incredible opportunity to hopefully help some people.
Yeah, I really appreciate that. Yeah, we kind of feel that tons of billions of dollars goes into research every year, and the people that really need the money aren't getting always, that financial aid. So we're trying to help out some of those people that need that financial aid. And yeah, as you said, everybody's touched by it somehow, some way. I love the times where they do the Super Bowl and stuff, and they raise up, who's near and dear to them. Some people are holding up 2 signs, with people. Yeah. We're just trying to make a little difference for some people, and if everybody can do that, it'll make the world a better place.
Let's jump in. That's the other idea of this podcast, is making the world a little bit of a better place. We've all had a little bit of a rough go, and one of my beliefs is always, I think everybody's got at least 3 things that are rocking their world, 3 things they're enjoying, 3 things that have gotten them through the past year. But even pre-COVID, everybody's got something they're enjoying. And what I've always loved is I've always seen guys like you, MVP, professional ball player who, I've known you now probably a decade, and you live a pretty fun life. Last time I checked, you live life to the fullest, which is what I've always admired and enjoyed about talking to you. I love seeing people like you share what you're enjoying. And in theory, hopefully it turns someone on to their new favorite thing. Whether it's something they're watching, listening to, reading. If you're like me, I've said this on the podcast before, I have 100 shows on my Netflix queue, and I still log in and don't know what to watch. But then I hear someone like Bret Saberhagen say, "Hey, check out this show," and it instantly jumps to the lead. So let's jump in. What are 3 things? What's your number 1, would you say?
Well, number 1, Candace and I, we try to do this every morning. At times we don't make that time. And we personally, we talked again this morning, we read out of this book. It's called Love Talks. And it's just daily kind of situations that the couple that have written the book that go through, and they've done a couple of books now. And we share, that what those daily things mean to us. We try to, we talked about it again today, is like we need to, even when the kids are around and doing stuff, we need to take time to sit down and enjoy each other and actually, talk about things rather than being on our phone or being on watching TV, being distracted by whatever it might be, and being a little vulnerable. I don't think people are intimate and vulnerable as much as they probably should be. So we try to sit down, and we don't, as I was saying, we don't do it enough, but we try to, and make an example to the kids to kind of just kick back and talk about what's going on and feelings that you're having. So that's one of the things. Got it right here. Happens to be. Yeah.
You're saying communication these days is important?
Yeah, absolutely. And it's funny, the COVID thing has really brought us closer together because we're around each other nonstop, and we love being around each other. But at times we don't really let our feelings and emotions, out there. So we kind of suppress them. So it's kind of about getting them out.
Yeah,
so that's been
everybody needs it.
Right. That's been huge for us. So, and then, I personally love listening to music, whether it's in the car, whether it's at home. I do tons of that. And it seems like there's 3 stations, and I listen to Pandora, it could be Spotify, whatever you want to do. But I love Sting Radio. I love Seal. And we love listening to smooth dinner jazz. So it just kind of depends on whatever mood we're kind of in. But those are the things that kind of just put me in a great frame of mind. I get relaxed, think about some really nice things, and just kind of can sit back. And especially in the evening time, when it's about that time to have a glass of wine and sit out on the deck and just kind of reflect on your day and kind of look at how much you accomplished. And it seems like we're going nonstop, especially with Sabe's Wings going on right now. But those 3 particular stations I love listening to.
So you said Sting's. You said Sting's channel.
Sting, Seal, and then Smooth Dinner Jazz. So it's got a little piano in there. When you can have smooth jazz, but if you put in dinner, you get a little more piano. And Candace loves listening to piano music. So we'll flip it. We'll go back and forth from smooth jazz to smooth dinner jazz. Those are kind of the stations that we kind of listen to. And again, I grew up on classic rock and roll, so I'm always throwing in, maybe a Dead channel here and there, and some just old classic vinyl or something like that as well. So, but that's too. And then I got, what are you listening to? Well, what's your I want to hear this.
I like this.
Maybe you can turn me onto something new.
I like this. Now you're turning the tables on me. I've been loving the Highwomen. Have you heard them yet?
I have.
Made up of Brandi Carlile, Maren Morris, Amanda Shires, and Natalie Hemby. One of their best songs is "Crowded Table." You got to check them out. Fantastic band. But they actually just won a Grammy for it, and they're awesome. Killing it.
So I got something to listen to.
What else? Nathaniel Rateliff. I've been digging him for a couple of years and really getting into him. He's been doing just kind of amazing things. I was lucky enough now 2 years ago, November of 19, I did the John Prine All the Best Fest and photographed that. And Nathaniel was there with the Night Sweats. And John Prine, of course, legendary and always awesome.
Yeah.
So I've been digging a lot of John Prine lately. There's Morgan Wade is a new country singer also, kind of killing it right now. Just released an album. But then also the new Foo Fighters is great.
Yes.
I'm really enjoying that. So
big fan of theirs as well. So I appreciate that. Yeah, I get turned on some new stuff. So thank you for that.
Yeah.
So getting into, I'll give you 2 more that we really got into, and so one is the Queen's Gambit. I don't know if you've seen that.
Yep.
Fantastic show. A friend of ours turned us on to that, and we watched the first episode, and it was like Candace and I looked at each other. It was like, I'm not really 100% sold. We watched got in the second one. We binged watched it, and we both feel that there should be a second Queen's Gambit, played off of how it ended. So
Yeah.
I don't know, maybe at some point in time that'll be it.
Who,
But the
who
other
would
one,
have who would have thought that a show about chess could keep you
Right.
that hooked? I
Right.
agree. It started out slow, and by the end, you were like, "Yeah, I want more."
and then we can't wait for the next season. I've heard there's a next season, Ted Lasso, which Jason Sudeikis does an unbelievable job. I've been fortunate enough to meet him at the charity event back in Kansas City, and just does an unbelievable job. I don't know if everybody's familiar with it. It's about soccer. It's about a coach in the United States Midwest, Jason Sudeikis. He goes to Europe to coach one of the big Premier League teams, and Jason just does a great job of letting everything just roll off his shoulders and turning a cheek, and just whatever he faces, he ends up with a smile on his face and does a great job. And we got through the first season, and can't wait for the next one to come through. That was another kind of binge watch, and it's like, okay, I can't get enough of this.
So it's funny. I had my friend Nancy Armour, who's the lead sports columnist for USA Today, and she mentioned Ted Lasso also. I have said it literally is one of the best shows on TV last year. You know, it's not serious, and it's just so fun. Like the joy they seem to have in that show is fantastic, and it really is just, it's so well done. The rumor is they're already filming season 2, and I guess they've signed on for like 3 and 4 already. So somewhere I heard some rumor like that.
We're both looking forward to that. We were kind of sad that it was over, and we were kind of excited about hearing another season. And if you're saying putting in a couple more, that's even better. So yes,
Ted Lasso, seriously one of the best shows on TV, and Queen's Gambit. I haven't heard. So the crazy thing about Queen's Gambit, I guess that was based on a book that came out, I believe, in the early 80s. You know, it's crazy that it was kind of out there and floating around for so many years, and then it became a phenomenon last year.
Yeah.
So.
No, I know there's so many great series out there, and I got to write them down when people tell me, because once I start watching it and hearing about it, it's you start binge watching. And fortunately, with COVID going on, you got that time to binge watch.
Well,
so
I'll leave you with this. So the one that somebody turned me on to, and I finally watched it last night. And as a big golfer, as I know you are, I finally watched the 2-part HBO Max documentary on Tiger Woods. Have you checked that out yet?
I have not, but we will. Yes, need to get the HBO Max. If you give me a code or something like that to use, I will be watching that.
Well, this is being recorded, so no, I will not do that. But I'll see what I can do. It was fantastic and excellent. I did not know he started golfing at like 8 months old, and his dad pushed him, and of course he became one of the best in the world. And
big Tiger fan, and it was kind of almost like the Last Dance. We got hooked on that and couldn't get enough of that. That was a great series as well that they did, and just the timing of all that they were able to get so much documented. Cameras and live footage was awesome. So I look forward to
as a Chicago sports fan and huge Bulls fan in the 90s. I wish they would just release all of it. I think they have like 500 hours. I think they should just set up a channel, just let that play. I know I would watch Dennis Rodman rebounding for 3 hours. That alone would be fascinating.
One of the best scenes in there is like, you're going to let Dennis go to Vegas. You'll never see him again during the season.
Yeah.
That's just the mastery that Phil had over those guys and knew how to get the best out of them.
It was fantastic. Well, Bret, amazing to see you, my friend. Hopefully I'll see you out at a golf course or an event or a baseball game or something fun in the coming months. Thanks so much for sharing on My 3 Things.
Absolutely. Thanks for having me, Will. Always a pleasure, and look forward to seeing you in person, buddy.
Bret Saberhagen, thanks so much for being here on My 3 Things. Fantastic shares. I'll put the links down below so everybody can track those down and find them and see what they want to get into. That's another episode for My 3 Things. Tag it, share it. It's going to be on all the podcast platforms as well as YouTube and Facebook. Please share it with your friends. Tag, hashtag My Three Things podcast. Please share it. Get the word out. Would love your support and your feedback. Let us know what you think, and we'll be back next week with another episode of My Three Things. Thanks so much for tuning in.